Marco Rubio wasn't in the mood for games.
I was shocked to see that you were at a party with President Trump in Miami instead of accompanying Vice President Vance to Pakistan for negotiations.
What party was I at? I know your staff wrote up this cute statement for your TikTok video, but it's not true.
During a Senate hearing, Rosen tried to slander Marco, but he wouldn't let it slide. And he turned the tables with one simple question that exposed her entire narrative. And today, we're breaking it all down. So here we go.
With the remainder of my time, I'd like to remind the American people that as the Secretary of State, your main duty as America's chief diplomat is to maintain our relations with foreign nations. This is why I was shocked to see that you were at a party with President Trump in Miami instead of accompanying Vice President Vance to Pakistan for negotiations.
What party was I at? I was at a party?
It's publicly reported, and there's photos there.
But
In
what
fact,
party?
Steve
No,
Witkoff
but you're going to
and
say that. I'm
Kushner-
going to answer it. I'm going to answer
But
that
let me
question, because
finish
that's an
my
absurd statement. I was not at a
As
party.
I finish my paragraph,
All right.
he can answer.
Because people are going to
In fact,
slander me. I'm going to answer
Steve
it.
Witkoff and Jared Kushner, both of whom were never confirmed by this body to be America's diplomats, accompanied the vice president in the negotiations. Even Iran's foreign minister was not there, yet you were not, was there, excuse me, and you were not. I just feel that's embarrassing for us, and it's embarrassing for you. So, Mr. Secretary, Congress represents the American people. We have the power to confirm who represents America abroad. We confirmed you to be our Secretary of State. It's sad.
Senator Rosen, your
excluded.
time's up.
Yield back.
Look, there's no point pretending Rosen didn't raise a fair question when it comes to Kushner and Witkoff being sent all over the world to broker major deals. But using that to imply Rubio wasn't doing his job is nothing short of slander. Another point is, Trump is hardly the first president to rely on special envoys. It's basically become a decades-long practice. Just look at the number of envoys and special representatives the Biden administration used. The real difference with Trump 2.0 is who he's choosing for those roles. To their credit, Kushner and Witkoff helped secure the Gaza deal that brought hostages home and paused the senseless bombing. Beyond that, though, there are still plenty of unanswered questions, especially when it comes to Ukraine. Then again, these are complicated negotiations that don't get resolved overnight, no matter who's involved. But Rubio wasn't about to let Rosen's cheap attack slide, and he fired back with pure facts.
Secretary Rubio.
You're 100% inaccurate and 100% wrong. Here's why. Number one, the Vice President of the United States was there, and he wasn't confirmed by us, and he was elected by the American people. Okay? He is the second in line to the presidency of the United States. He was present. Mr. Witkoff is the president's envoy for negotiation for peace deals. Mr. Kushner is a private citizen that serves as an advisor on these functions. They were the team that we sent to Pakistan. I was not at a party. Where I was is next to the president. Because in the midst of those negotiations, I was in communications with them. And in fact, I think there is media reporting from that evening on how on multiple occasions I went into a back room, I came back out and spoke to the president and was constantly updating him. On that evening, I spoke to Mr. Kushner and our negotiating team and Mr. Witkoff on at least 6 occasions, including twice on a secure line from the phone they had access to over there. So you don't know what you're talking about. You're just
Senator
making
Rosen,
stuff up.
he has the floor.
I know your staff wrote up this cute statement for your TikTok video, but it's not true, and it's not real. That's not what happened.
He's absolutely right. There's also news reporting that supports his version of events, and I'm going to tell you more about it right after a quick word from today's sponsor. Recently, President Trump signed an executive order calling it imperative for national security that America rapidly expand domestic mineral production. The reason is simple. Defense systems, infrastructure, and advanced technology all rely on minerals that we're currently importing from hostile foreign powers. Take titanium. It's essential for F-35 fighter jets, naval destroyers, and advanced radar systems, yet China controls 60% of the global supply. The White House has made one thing clear. America needs its own secure titanium pipeline. That's where Saga Metals steps in. They're trading as SAGMF in the US and Saga in Canada. Through its radar titanium project in Labrador, Saga is developing what could become a direct answer to this strategic vulnerability. Recent drill results deliver the strongest numbers in company history, including exceptionally high-grade titanium zones rarely seen at this scale. And momentum is building. Saga recently secured $10 million in financing dedicated entirely to drilling, giving the company strong capital support to accelerate development. They also expanded aggressively by acquiring another titanium asset in the same district as the world's largest titanium mine. What makes it even more interesting is that they secured this ground while Rio Tinto, one of the world's largest mining giants, was targeting that same area. With year-round drilling, major funding, strong results, and growing government urgency around domestic supply chains, Saga sits in a powerful position. So if you want to learn more about them, click the link in the description, because this story is one worth watching closely. While most of the coverage that night focused on criticizing the president for attending a UFC event during high-stakes negotiations, even outlets that aren't exactly friendly to the administration, they told a pretty different story. The Guardian explicitly wrote, "At one point, Rubio appeared to show the president something on his phone, and he leaned over to talk to Rubio occasionally." The New York Times made a similar observation, saying Trump wasn't tapping away on his phone. He left that to Mr. Rubio, who at one point leaned over to show the president his screen. So, if these outlets that usually lean critical of the administration were willing to acknowledge what was happening, Rosen really didn't have much of an excuse. Rubio then drove the point home by laying out exactly who was responsible for that day.
I'm the National Security Advisor and Secretary of State. I was co-located with the President in the midst of a high-stakes negotiation so that I could immediately inform him about events occurring halfway around the world. I was where I needed to be at that moment because we had a very capable team on the ground in Pakistan, led by the Vice President of the United States.
Thank you.
If you think about it, Rosen's attack wasn't much different from the social media speculation surrounding Tulsi Gabbard missing certain events, or the theories that popped up when JD Vance wasn't featured in the photos released after the Venezuela operation. The goal is typically the same: create the impression that there's infighting behind the scenes and drive a wedge between key figures in the administration. The problem for the people pushing such narratives is that these tactics only work if the people involved take the bait. So far, that hasn't happened. Whether you agree or not, they've largely stayed focused on their own responsibilities, because they understand that this isn't some popularity contest and the interests of the country are at stake. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on the story. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, you heard it here at the Dais.